Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Veldman Way. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and every week I like to post a cleaning motivation video that I call Sunday Reset. And today I'm going to be cleaning a little bit of my kitchen, but the main focus of today's video is going to be finally deep cleaning and organizing my refrigerator. And let me tell you, it really needed it, as you will see here shortly. I also want to just apologize for the video quality here, the smudge in the corner. I didn't realize that my camera lens was a little dirty, but don't worry, I do eventually realize it and clean it, so the whole video isn't going to have that smudge, but just want to apologize for that early on. But let's get started and get this kitchen clean. About 2 years ago, we completely gutted our kitchen and redid it. Everything is brand new. Cabinets, countertops, backsplash, everything. The transformation is quite remarkable. But when we put everything back in, and when I say we, I mean me, when I put everything back into the drawers, I just kind of threw everything together and didn't really think about where things should go. I didn't buy any kind of organizers for my cabinets. So with 2023 being the year that I want to completely organize my house and make it just clutter-free, that's going to be one of my upcoming videos, probably within the next month or so, where I am going to go through all of my cabinets in my kitchen and completely organize them. And I think in that video I might show you guys a couple of before and after photos of what our kitchen used to look like and how it looks now, so you can see kind of what the difference is. But I'm excited to kind of get going with that project because I really need to organize this kitchen. I know what you're thinking. I get it. Oh my gosh, how is your countertop this dirty? Well, I cook a lot, and this is kind of where I throw everything while I'm cooking. And Kane also uses that toaster to make his breakfast every morning. He either makes like a Pop-Tart or a bagel, and crumbs just get everywhere. This is where I usually get his lunch ready for school. So this part of the counter is just really used the most, other than my island, and it gets dirty very, very quick. But hey, I'm going to show you guys what it really looks like, because I'm not ashamed to show you that I use my kitchen and it gets dirty a lot. And unfortunately, when I deep clean it, it doesn't last that long. It usually is dirty the next day. But now let's get started on the fridge. As you can see, my fridge is a hot mess. There's tons of leftovers. There's just some stuff that needs to be cleaned out. Yeah, I mean, it's a mess. It's a huge fridge, especially for the three of us. And I just don't have it organized. I try to organize it, and then I just kind of throw stuff in, as you can see. So let's get started in getting this fridge deep cleaned. So the first thing I have to do is get everything out of this fridge. I have a ton of leftovers, old stuff. I mean, yeah, some expired stuff. I try to clean it out every couple weeks, but things get pushed to the back, and then you just don't know what you have anymore. So that's why I bought some of these organizers, because I'm hoping that maybe if I have things in organizers, it's a little bit easier to see what I have. I don't know. I have high expectations for how I'm going to keep this fridge organized. We will see if I end up keeping it organized long term. But yeah, it was a lot of work getting all this stuff out of the fridge. Anyone that knows my husband knows that he loves AMP energy drinks, and our fridge has this little front part that you can open, and you don't have to open up the whole door, which I think was the selling point for him, because he had a place to store all of his AMPs. He has an Amazon subscription, so a huge box of AMPs gets delivered every 2 weeks or so. So we constantly have a ton of AMPs in this house. So I'm just kind of getting this area, cleaned up as much as I can. I realized very early on that I'm going to need to take out as many of these shelves as possible and really deep clean them, because I haven't done that since we got this fridge almost 2 years ago, which I know I'm ashamed to say. So it really, really needed it. I'll tell you what, cleaning these large shelves in the sink was a lot harder than I thought. I ended up getting more water on myself than I probably did in the sink, but it was worth it. They really did need a really good scrubbing. You get a lot of stuck on stuff. I mean, they weren't that bad, but it was nice to be able to get them nice and clean. Some of the glass was getting a little bit, not nice and clear like I like. So it was worth it in the end. But yeah, I got water all over the front of my sink, my cabinets, my clothes. I looked like I took a shower by the time I was done getting these things cleaned in the sink.
I do, and I will follow wherever you may go. I know it's so uncertain, but I'm tired of hurting now. Now, all my tears and searching, gonna open up my curtains now. 'Cause I don't wanna miss out. Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we could stay young forever. Where would you go if you could time travel? Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we could stay young forever. Where would you go if you could time travel? What if we could pick up the missing pieces? What if we knew the love would never let us down? Broken into reverse that broken feeling. To say yeah, I do, and I will follow wherever you may go. I know it's so uncertain, but I'm tired of hurting now. Now, all my tears and searching, gonna open up my curtains now. 'Cause I don't wanna miss out. Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we can stay young forever. Where would you go if you could time travel? Take me on a big adventure. Baby, if we stay together, we can stay young forever. Where would you go if you could time travel? Where would you go? Where would you go if you could time travel?
I quickly realized again while I was cleaning this that I was going to need to take out these drawers that hold the vegetables and the fruit because they were just full. I usually have like cheese. I don't know. I just throw a bunch of stuff in there, to be honest. I don't organize it, but as you can see, they're pretty dirty. You have a bunch of crumbs in them. So taking them out and dumping them out was going to be the best option in order to get these nice and clean the way I wanted them. had to take a minute before I fill this back up with food just to admire the nice clean shelves, no crumbs, no stickiness on them. It was so nice to be able to get this all cleaned out. It smells amazing with all the cleaner and everything in it. All the drawers for the most part are nice and clean. It's almost as clean as the day that we got it, and it was just really nice to enjoy that for a few minutes before I clutter it back up with all my stuff. Once I got everything out of the fridge and cleaned off, I threw away any expired food that I had. I got rid of all of those Tupperwares full of leftovers, deep cleaned the Tupperwares, and now it's time to get everything back in my fridge, hopefully nice and organized. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of the things that I got on Amazon. Now I did also I linked all of it in the description below. So the first thing I'm going to use here is kind of a little beverage holder, so for cans, so you can stack them and pull them out easily. Now this was I bought a 2-pack and I bought 2 of them, but for some reason I can only find 1 of them. I don't know where the other 3 are. Hopefully I find them somewhere in my house so I can get the rest of those in the fridge. But I drink a lot of LaCroix because I don't really drink a lot of water. I don't know, I don't like plain water a lot. I mean, I drink it obviously, but not as much as I should. So I usually drink LaCroix because it's carbonated and it's flavored, so it's a little bit more interesting. So these are nice for the fridge to be able to keep them cold. And then this is a little egg container that you put below. You like hook it onto the shelf. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use it for my fridge because our fridge is not counter depth, it's standard depth, and apparently that only works for counter depth fridges. So I'm gonna see if my mom wants it or anyone I know that wants it, and if not, I'll just return it. But now I bought these little containers just to kind of, and I don't know, I probably didn't really need these, but just to put different things in them so I can move them around easily in the fridge to be able to get to other stuff. I'm hoping that it will help keep me more organized. And then I bought some containers with lids for fruit and vegetables. Now I don't have as many fruit and vegetables in my house now this time of year because I don't know, the produce around here in the Midwest is not the best because everything is out of season. So usually in the summer I have a lot more fruit and vegetables, so they will come more in handy once we get to some of the warmer months. But Kane likes to eat grapes, likes grapes for his lunch, so I bought that. And so I'm just kind of stacking stuff in, trying to organize it by what type of food it is, like condiments and things like that, into these little trays. Now that I got everything in the trays and organized, now it's time to get everything back in. And of course I drop a LaCroix. Should have known that was going to happen. But the way our shelves are, it's hard to fit things in here. I was having a really hard time because it's, I don't know, like we have some tall stuff and we have some short stuff, and the way the shelves are, you either are too tall or too short. So it's a little bit of a puzzle here trying to get everything in, and I ended up having to bring in reinforcements, and my husband saw me struggling trying to fit this all in and, maybe having a little bit of a panic attack, and so he came in to kind of help me with the shelves to get them at a better height so that way I could fit all of the stuff in here. So Blake to the rescue as always. So I have to just put a couple of the little smaller things here and move things around. It's like a game of Tetris, but I eventually got everything in there to where it needs to be. Yes, I know. I have a ridiculous amount of butter. I bought like a ton of butter when we had Thanksgiving, just in case. And then butter's one of those things where I'll need it and then I can't remember when I'm shopping if I have some already at home, and then I buy more of it. And so I have enough butter to probably get us through the next year. But you know, it takes a long time for it to go bad, so that's fine. Now that I got my fridge all nice and clean on the inside, I need to get it all nice and clean on the outside. I usually have just a ton of stuff pinned up on this fridge, and I have a ton of magnets. So anytime we travel anywhere, our tradition is that we buy a magnet. So the side of our fridge has just a ton of magnets of all the places that we've been to. Kane loves to just pick out magnets when we travel. I try not to have them all on the front of the fridge because I do love the look of a nice, clean fridge. And I also have Kane's pictures and things like that. I've had some that have been up here for a while that I think are now time to retire from the fridge and make room for, I'm sure, new ones that he's going to be drawing and make me put onto the fridge. So at least for a little bit, I can enjoy a fridge with a very clean front with only just a couple of magnets, but that is going to change, I'm sure, soon. And there it is. Look at the clean fridge. It's so organized. It looks beautiful. I love opening my fridge and seeing it just this nice and clean. I just keep opening it, just not even to get stuff, just to see how beautiful it looks. I do like having those containers because it's easier to move groups of things around to see what you have. So I have included the links to those below in the description. So if you are interested in purchasing them, you can use those links. But I hope that this video gave you some of the cleaning motivation that you were looking for to tackle your own fridge, because like I said, there's no better feeling than opening your fridge and it being nice and clean. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you at the next one.